Namaskar. Welcome to Vision of Asia. I'm Shankar. Can you believe that December is here already? Since this is the last month of 2018, have you started thinking about your New Year's resolutions yet? Now is the time to think about our dreams and commit ourselves towards realizing them. In today's Vision of Asia, I want to begin by thanking all of you for being with us. Here are the main stories for this special edition of Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community. The launch of Passport Seva project at the Indian Consulate by Minister of State for External Affairs, Government of India. Centenary of Indian heroic role in Israel's independence and tribute to victims of the attack on Mumbai on November 26, 2008. A special event to mark the upcoming 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi at Royal Albert's Palace in New Jersey. A press meet of Edison's mayor. A health fair at a temple in Secaucus. A Hindu-Christian dialogue at the Seminary of Immaculate Conception. And MUMTAZ HUSSAIN speaks about his film Push Button 4. Before we proceed to today's Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community, it's time for a short break. A historical Passport Seva project was launched at the Indian Consulate last week. Many formalities have been removed and advanced technology is being used to speed up the process of issuing passports. The Minister of State for External Affairs, General Dr. V.K. Singh, was present at the consulate for this launch. We spoke with him, Passport Seva Project Director Rajesh Dogra from the Tata Consultancy Services and Deputy Consul General Shatrughna for ITV Gold. Our chairman, Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh, assured the minister about the positive and constructive role of ITV Gold in disseminating the right information. Here's a report by Ashok Vyas.
कोशिश की गई कि किस तरीके से आम जनता को, आम नागरिक को पासपोर्ट लेने के अंदर जो दिक्कत आती है वो समाप्त। जो लोग जिन्होंने आज से 10, 15, 20 साल पहले जो पासपोर्ट लिया है उनको पता है कि कितनी मशक्कत करनी पड़ती थी पासपोर्ट लेने के लिए, किस किस की उसमें रिकमेंडेशन लगती थी, दलालों को ढूंढा जाता था कि भाई हमारा पासपोर्ट करवा लो, दलाल अपना उसको कट लेता था। ये जो सरकार पिछले 4.5 साल में आपने देखी है, एक हम लोगों ने फैसला लिया, हम अपने सिटीजन्स पर, अपने नागरिकों के ऊपर विश्वास करते हैं, ट्रस्ट, एंड दैट इज व्हाई वी सेड कि आप हमको एक प्लेन कागज के ऊपर, हमको एफिडेविट भी नहीं चाहिए, स्टैम्प पेपर भी नहीं चाहिए, प्लेन कागज के ऊपर आप लिख के दे दीजिए कि आप किसी क्रिमिनल एक्ट में शामिल नहीं है, आप सब तरीके से आपको पासपोर्ट जायज तौर पर मिलना चाहिए, अपने साइन के साथ हमको दे दीजिए, आपको मान लेंगे। अगर आपने उसको गलती की है, झूठ बोला तो उसका नतीजा बाद में निकल सकता है।
Talk to me a little bit about, and this is not a new idea, this was in the government corridor since 2008-2009, but present government made it happen. So what is the difference that you have brought to the table with your leadership?
See, with our Honorable Prime Minister at the helm of affairs, he's got a vision, he's got big ideas, and he's got the capability to take decisions, and that is what has helped in bringing the idea of digital India. I think we have done a lot in digital India. Passport Seva is part of that. One of the things that the Prime Minister had emphasized was maximum governance, minimum government. And Passport Seva is that. We have decentralized it. We have taken it down right to the post offices. We have made things simpler. And you can't see this in any other government department as well as you can see it in Passport Seva in the Ministry of External Affairs. I think the way various schemes have been implemented, all targeted at that section of the society about which people used to talk but never did anything, is very, very creditable for our Prime Minister. And I'm sure the 7 crores who have got gas connections, 13 crores who have got free electricity connection. There are 50 crore who are going to reap benefits from the Ayushman Bharat scheme. You name it. This is going to change India. Look at the number of houses that have been constructed for people who didn't have houses. It has never been done earlier. Not that it couldn't be done, but somehow the priorities were not there. And that shows the commitment.
On behalf of Indian American community, sir, I would like to thank you. We are very proud of you. And really, you made us very proud because you took the India towards the global leadership. And here our ITV Gold, the whole sole purpose is to promote the new India and promote the and connect the India to our second generation and connect the India to American mainstream America, so they can see how India is progressing. And I think all credit goes to you. And sir, please guide us whatever we can do to promote the new India. Thank you.
This is a historic occasion. The mission integration of the passport services with the Passport Seva program was much needed. I myself have served as a passport officer. In many cases, people belonging to the Indian diaspora living abroad for many years, they used to, whenever they used to apply for the passports, there were inordinate delays, sometimes because document verification was not there, sometimes police verification would be delayed. So all these delays would be eliminated by this integration of the passport services in the missions and the consulates, embassies and the consulates with the centralized database in India. So I'm very happy to note that Consul General of India, New York, has been selected by the Ministry of External Affairs for the global launch of this mission integration project of Passport Seva program. I would like to congratulate people belonging to the Indian community living in the East Coast, which is covered by the Consul General of India. So many congratulations to them. We will definitely strive towards further improving our services.
It's a great moment for us at TCS to see a program which has actually transformed the service delivery in India for the citizens of the country to now expand itself to the foreign shores and integrate all Indian embassies and missions across the world.
Talk to us a little bit about this Passport Seva project.
Yeah, so the Passport Seva program is an iconic program. It's a huge transformational program which has really changed the way passport services are delivered to the citizens of India. And TCS is very proud to be associated with this path-breaking project of the Government of India. So we signed the contract in the year 2008 and we completed the rollout in 2012. But in the last 4-5 years, we have seen a huge change in the way passport services have evolved. Primarily because of the government's intent to be citizen-centric, changes in the processes, changes in the rules and the easing out the rules so that a common person can walk to the passport office and get his or her passport. So this program has actually helped to demystify the passport services in India, and TCS has been partner of ministry right from day one, and we have set up 77 Passport Seva Kendras. We have set up a call center, the entire system application which we have developed, and now also the changes in the way applicants can actually apply for the passport. We have developed M-Passport Seva app which people can use, which means that if you want to apply for a passport, you don't have to have a computer. So if you have a smartphone, you can straight away go and file your application, take an appointment and actually visit the PSK on the date of appointment. So this is what is happening in India, huge transformation. And I'm very happy that this is one program which has actually won large number of awards, and it has become one of the most rewarded program and a new benchmark in the field of citizen services in India. So for the last couple of years, government has been thinking of also bringing all the embassies and missions onto a single system, single database. So earlier the embassies had different systems, and many a times it was possible that you didn't have the entire data at one place. So with the extension of the Passport Seva program, it would now ensure that all Indian missions and embassies are actually working on the same system, one single database in India.
special event was organized at the Indian Consulate in New York by the American India Public Affairs Committee, American Jewish Community, Consul General of India, and Consul General of Israel to mark the 100th anniversary of Indian heroic roles in Israel's Independence Day. A tribute was offered to the innocent victims of the attack on Mumbai that took place on November 26, 2008. We lost 166 lives in that barbaric attack by intruders from Pakistan. The American administration has announced a reward of $5 million for substantial information leading to implicating the main perpetrators of this attack.
Today we are gathered here in the consulate to commemorate two very important events. The 100th anniversary of the Battle of Haifa, the enormous sacrifice and contribution of the Indian soldiers in liberating Haifa, which eventually led to the creation of the State of Israel. And on a very poignant note, we are also commemorating the 10th anniversary of the terror strikes in Mumbai. And I think we gather here today to remember the victims, to remember the martyrs, and also not to forget what has happened in Mumbai, and also with the conviction that we will never allow again this kind of event or this kind of incident to happen again. And I think it is important that we all get together against terrorism, because terrorism doesn't solve any problems. Nowhere in the world has terrorism solved any problem. It has only sown misery and grief. And I think the message should be loud and clear to everyone, those who support terrorism or who are terrorists, that terrorism will never solve any problems. It will only create discord. And I think this wonderful gathering here today to commemorate the Mumbai 10th anniversary of the Mumbai attack is indicative of our support.
Discussing the significance of the Battle of Haifa and why it is an important element in India-Israel ties. The Battle of Haifa is the last recorded cavalry charge against well-entrenched Austrian, German and Ottoman armies in Haifa that took place on September 23rd, 1918. So we are basically commemorating 100 years of this epic battle. The daredevil cavalry charge, led solely by Indian officers against well-entrenched troops in broad daylight, led to the combined opposing troops abandoning their positions. The Mysore Lancers proceeded to rescue Abdul Baha. The cable sent back Alan Bay after the capture of Haifa was to notify the world that Abdul Baha is safe. After being liberated by Indians, Abdul Baha spoke of the courage and bravery of the Indian troops. He said, 7 sovereign powers of the world endeavored for 200 years to release Haifa from the hand of the terror, but failed, while you, Indian soldiers, through the power and help of God, have taken the land so speedily and so easily.
Today we had gathered the Consul General of India to commemorate the 10th anniversary of Mumbai attacks, as well as the 100th anniversary of the Battle of Haifa. The Consulate General of India and Israel had come together to commemorate these events. Both these events are of great importance and represent the war of good against evil. India and Israel are partners in this. We have stood by each other in the times of adversity.
The only good thing about adversity is you come to know about your true friends. Israel and India are true friends in that sense. We have stood by each other in rain and shine, in good times and bad, in Haifa and Mumbai. I thank Israel for its friendship, and I thank Ambassador Dayan for the friendship which he represents.
Well, we commemorated today also the Battle of Haifa, in which Indian soldiers, Indian Lancers, really had a strategic role, an historic role in the establishment of the State of Israel eventually, but also the tragic events in Mumbai 10 years ago. The terrorists in Mumbai had two purposes. One was to hurt the culture, Mumbai as a cultural, as an economic center, and the other is to hurt the flourishing relations between Israel and India. They failed colossally on both counts. Mumbai, India is prospering economically, culturally, and the relationship between the alliance actually between Israel and India has never been stronger, and I am sure it has even a brighter future.
Well, this today is the 10th anniversary of brutal attack on Mumbai. And even after 10 years, the worst part is those terrorists, the masterminds, they are still roaming freely in Pakistan, and Pakistan government is not doing anything. We all know that ISI was involved in planning that attack on Mumbai. ISI also completely supported Bin Laden when he was in Pakistan. This shows beyond any doubt that Pakistan is a state sponsor of terrorism. The time has come that United Nations and United States officially declare Pakistan as a state which sponsor terrorism. There is no doubt about it, and we can do it. The world community, especially Indian community, Israeli and US, all these three countries have to come together and jointly fight this terrorism. I think if we come together, we can eliminate them. There should be zero tolerance towards terrorism. Time has come to teach Pakistan a lesson. Thank you.
Last Sunday, a youth cyclist from India, Yaneshwar Yotkar, was present at an event organized to mark the upcoming 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi at Royal Albert's Palace in New Jersey. Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh, chairman of ITV Gold and Parikh Worldwide Media, supported this event with FIA's Ramesh Patel, the Gandhian Society, Sunil Nayak from AIANA, Albert Jasani from Royal Albert's Palace, and Padma Shri H.R. Shah from TV Asia. This was dedicated to raising awareness about spreading peace and friendship throughout the world. Here are some highlights.
Hello, I'm Purvi Parikh. I'm very, very impressed by Nyan, what he's been doing since 2016. It's very nice that he's honoring Gandhiji in this way, and he's honoring education, which Gandhiji stood for. So I'm very, very impressed, and I wish him best of luck. Mahatma Gandhi ki jai.
Yeah, I'm Sudha Parikh, and I would like to congratulate Nyan for his great journey. He started his journey from 2016 in memory of Gandhiji, and he is now going forward to Florida and
all Latin
America, and he is doing great job. And I really congratulate for his enthusiasm and his great hard work.
Thank you so much.
And our Gnaneshwar, chief guest, who has started his journey in 2 years ago, 2016, from India to celebrate 150th anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, and he already went through 15 countries, and he will be going now through the USA to the South America, to the Cuba, and beyond. So we all are here to support him, to encourage him, and really I would like to congratulate Gnaneshwar for his this initiative, because this is real legacy or real tribute to the Mahatma, our father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi. So Mahatma Gandhi ji ki jai. Mahatma Gandhi ki jai. So what you are doing is a great initiative. Continue and keep the Mahatma Gandhi's name and legacy alive. Now I like to request you to say a few words about your journey.
मुझे लगता है कि मैं पिछले 2-3 सालों से मैं अनाथ बच्चों के लिए काम करता हूँ, जो स्ट्रीट चिल्ड्रन है उनके लिए इंडिया में। तो उसके साथ साथ मैं गांधी जी से पहले तो मैं कम्युनिस्ट था, लेकिन गांधी पढ़ने के बाद मेरे जीवन के सभी प्रश्न सुलझ गए। हमेशा शायद बहुत सारे लोग, मुझे लगता है कि बहुत क्रिटिसाइज़ करते हैं इंडिया में गांधी के बारे में, लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि कम से एक बार गांधी को पढ़ना चाहिए। आपके सभी सवालों के जवाब आपको गांधी के जीवनी में, और उनके 2-4 किताबें उन्होंने लिखी है, ज़्यादा कुछ लिखी नहीं है।
और मुझे लगा कि शायद ये आदमी पहली बार इस दुनिया में आया है और ये वापस आगे नहीं आएगा, ये देखने वाला, ये समझने वाला व्यक्ति। और 80 साल जिएगा, 80 साल मर मर के नहीं जिएगा, कुछ अच्छा काम समाज के लिए, जिस समाज ने इसको बनाया है, जिस किसान ने रात दिन मेहनत करके ज़मीन ने कुछ अन्न बोया है, रात दिन किसी कामगारों ने मेहनत की है, किसी ने जूता बनाया, किसी ने कपड़े बनाए, किसी ने बाल काटे हैं, सबका कंट्रीब्यूशन है इस व्यक्ति को बनाने के लिए, इस समाज को बनाने के लिए। उनके लिए कम से कम मेरे जीवन का मैं उपयोग कर सकूं और मैं गांधी से जो सीखा हूँ, और मुझे लगता है कि गांधी ने हमेशा, गांधी के हर जीवन के प्रयोग जो रहे हैं वो इंसानियत को जोड़ने के रहे हैं, हृदय से। गांधी का रास्ता जो रहा है वो हृदय से रहा है। तो मेरा काम इमोशनल इंटीग्रेशन का है। मैं हजारों लोगों से मिला हूँ मेरा यात्रा में। मैं आपको बताता हूँ, वियतनाम के बाद पैसा ख़त्म हो गया, लेकिन उसके बाद भी मैंने ये नहीं छोड़ी, मिशन नहीं छोड़ा। और मुझे लगता है वियतनाम के बाद पैसे ख़त्म हो गए तो भी मैंने कहा कि यात्रा ख़त्म नहीं होनी चाहिए। 3-3 दिन तक खाना नहीं मिलता था, बहुत स्ट्रगल हुआ। यहाँ अमेरिका में आया, $10 था, वो भी ख़त्म हो गए, 3 दिन से खाया नहीं था। तो रास्ते में सबवे होते हैं, तो सबवे में लोग खाना फेंक देते हैं, वो ब्रेड होते हैं, तो मैं वो ब्रेड को साफ करके कलेक्ट करके खा के यहाँ तक पहुँचा हूँ। आगे भी मेरी ये यात्रा पाकिस्तान में 2020 को ख़त्म होगी। लेकिन इस यात्रा का उद्देश्य, मैं साइकिलिस्ट नहीं हूँ। साइकिल लोगों को जोड़ने का एक माध्यम है। जब मैं साइकिल चलाता हूँ तो लोग मुझे मिलते हैं, लोग मुझे साइकिल को देखते हैं, गांधी का बोर्ड देखते हैं, पूरे दुनिया के फ्लैग देखते हैं और बात करते हैं। ये माध्यम है लोगों से जोड़ने का।
On behalf of Federation of Indian Association, we like to congratulate Mr. Daneshwarji for achieving a great milestone. It is a great effort and you really need courage to do this big tour, world tour, and we wish you all the best to achieve more miles. I know you have put in more than 15,000 miles and 15 different countries, and we wish you all the best and successful journey ahead. And whichever we can support you, we will be here to support you, and we like to thank Mr. Butala to give us this opportunity. And Jai Hind.
Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy of non-violence is highly published philosophy. But again, on your bicycle, you are still going to publish or reconvene his philosophy. So we wish you all the best. We are supporting you as much as we want. Take care of yourself and God bless you. Safe and sound journey. Thank you.
I just met him before a week. I really amazing with his journey. He visited more than 800 schools for Gandhi message. He visited more than 50 universities for the Gandhi message. He got real good welcome in Shanghai in China, good welcome in Korea, good welcome in Japan, and he come in the USA, and we are lucky we get him. God bless Dhaneshwar. Whatever the help he want, I will definitely do for the ever. Then
ज्ञानेश्वर जी, आप जो भी कुछ काम कर रहे हो बड़ा अजीब सा काम है। पहले तो सोच भी नहीं सकते थे कि इतने किलोमीटर आप साइकिल के ऊपर गांधी जी का, महात्मा गांधी का मैसेज लेके आप निकले हो और इतने कंट्री में जाके आए हो। ये आपकी बहुत बड़ी कामयाबी है। और एक चीज़ ज़रूर कहूँगा कि गांधी जी का जो मैसेज आप लेके जा रहे हो वो एक बहुत बड़ी बात है, और भगवान आपको पूरी शक्ति दे। जितना आगे बढ़ सको उतना आगे बढ़ो। हमारे से जो हो सकता है हम ज़रूर करेंगे। थैंक यू आईटी।
I would like to give a small token of support, and if you need any other help, please let us know, and we'll be happy to support you.
So this is a journey was started in India 2016, and then India, Myanmar, Laos, Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Bali, Taiwan, China, Japan, Korea, and now I'm in here in Edison. So I complete 26,000 miles in last 2 years, and I'm visited the 800 schools and 250 universities, and I have the great opportunity to talk. This is a journey just talk about Mahatma Gandhi's and then Indian philosophy and the great personalities of the world. They dedicated life for non-violence. So it's this beautiful experience, and everywhere is amazing people. And now I'm in here Edison, so my Indian family and all they invite me this beautiful program, and today I have the beautiful my experience and my journey sharing program. So thank you so much for the inviting me here, and thank you so much.
And now it is time for a short break. We'll be right back after these messages. Stay with us. The mayor of Edison, Thomas Lanke, has 3 years of experience in finance and management. He's a senior vice president at JFK Health System in Edison, New Jersey. He appreciates the importance of diversity in the administration. Mr. Lanke discussed some of the initiatives by his office and addressed concerns at Hilltop Boat Club during a press conference. Take a look.
It's been recognized across the nation, across the world, that Edison is your place of home here. And to know that the Halpern family is going to make an investment in the community to make improvements here, to create another opportunity for families here to continue, not just for this time, but for decades forward. There's nothing like having a place you call home. And I've known for years that this has been an area that has been established. It's been a prominent location where many families have started. So to see this project come together, I'm just excited. And so on behalf of our Council President, A.J. Patil, our Mayor Tom Lanke, the Council, and of course the IBA and our chambers that care to bring commerce to this community, thank you so much, Mr. Halpern, for investing in the area, and we're just excited. I can't wait to see this come forward and be completed.
Both Mr. Bhagia and Mr. Coyle share my deep love for this area, and they showed it with their actions. I'm a firm believer that when government, private business and community organizations join forces, we can meet any challenge. Drawing from all resources, we are able to announce today a program that will result in the improvement of this area. This reinvestment into the community and the infrastructure of these apartments will make the life of our Edison residents better. I want to thank the Halpern Group for working with me on this goal. They are an example of a good corporate citizenship that I hope others will follow. As a Council President, I am committed to working with all the stakeholders to deliver a better Edison. Working together, we can make Edison better, and today is just a small example of what we can achieve.
The reinvestment of funds into Hilltop is a meaningful act that will have an immediate and long-term impact on Oak Tree and South Asian community and Edison. Many in South Asian community have lived first in Edison. It is where many great American dreams begin. This apartment complex is known around the world, and many Indian American leaders have lived here and live here right now. Mr. Harper's decision to reinvest in this community is welcome and serves as a beacon of leadership for the other landowners. Giving back to the community will make us stronger. Throughout our discussion, he has always showed that he's going to do the right things for the community. I greatly appreciate the positive attitude and his willingness to go to this extra mile.
Hilltop and Trafalgar are over 55 years old, and it's a labor of love, and it's time to bring it into the new generation. We're upgrading many things. Sometimes it's on the inside and the outside. Sometimes they're minor, the accumulation of minor improvements. Sometimes they're major, sometimes they're very major. And we have discussions to take it up several notches ongoing with the city now. And we hope to work out, there are details still to follow. But one of the things I can announce is we will have a new entrance at the intersection of Dayton Drive and Oak Tree Road that we have final approval from the city. We need one more signature from the county, and that work should get done in the spring. And we have a plan that is still in process to widen the median along Dayton Drive. It's about 1,000 feet. Right now it's about 2.5 feet wide. It's not attractive. To make it 8 feet wide with all sorts of landscaping. And we hope to convince the power company to put the lines under the median so it'll be really much more attractive. And potentially build a clubhouse on site or on adjacent property. So we're very committed to Hilltop, Trafalgar, and Hidden Valley and Oak Tree Road, Oak Tree Village, which are also adjacent properties that we manage.
Significant reinvestment into Hilltop and Trafalgar properties. Hilltop is in the heart of Oak Tree Road and is a home to hundreds in our community. As a president of the Indian Business Association, I want to thank Council President Ajay Patil, Councilman Joe Coyle, and Mahesh Bhagia from Mayor's Office for coordinating on this project. I also want to thank the Halpern Group and the Jack Halpern for recognizing the importance of reinvesting in our community.
Health fairs play an important role in increasing awareness about healthy living, and many immigrants get the advantage of quick access to experts on such occasions. A health fair organized at Secaucus Temple attracted many visitors who were benefited by medical advice, free tests, and relevant information. Here is ITV Gold's coverage of that event.
We have been providing this health screening and disease prevention fairs in entire state since 1998 for chronic disease such as diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, eye disorders, cancer screening, etc. And so far we have screened more than 10,000 individuals without insurance or who are underinsured. We have detected or diagnosed more than 4,000 abnormalities, and some of them life-threatening conditions which we intervene early to save lives, reduce complications. We continue to do these services in the state for the last 20 years, and we would like to expand our services next 5 years to people who cannot afford the additional testing, who cannot get the more consultations. We would like to provide those services to those individuals so we can continue to provide additional services so we can further reduce the complications, especially for diabetes. Diabetes is a huge issue in South Asia, and especially in Indians. Early detection is very important. There are so many pre-diabetics in this country, in this state, and we would like to diagnose those diabetics, provide them additional testing of hemoglobin A1C.
A very prominent individual told me a long time ago that when you're doing good work, angels show up. And these volunteers are our angels. They showed up, including the medical experts, all the physicians showed up, the phlebotomists who took blood work, and then we did all the detailed analysis of whatever we found. So that's how we got started, and the rest is history. As Dr. Patel mentioned, we have seen over 10,000 patients. Now this is our 20th anniversary year, and we want to expand our services so our seniors and those in our community who are uninsured and seriously underinsured can have proper health care, and they can be tested and diagnosed way in advance before the complications start. So December 1st is our gala, and in order for us to raise funds for all these additional services we want to provide, and also bring equipment like an EKG machine. As a matter of fact, we are doing a tent at the Secaucus Swaminarayan Mandir today. Over 300 individuals have signed up, and seriously, everyone will have a detailed EKG, and a cardiologist will really look at the results from the EKG right on site and provide consultation. And after that is done, we want to provide further services in case there are other complications. So that's the main reason why we are doing this gala, is to enhance the services we are providing so that our community has better health care.
So as Kiran Bhai and Tushar Bhai mentioned, we are having December 1st a fundraising event at Balaji Temple Auditorium. We will have a prominent Saregama singer from India, Kaushik Deshpande, who will be performing at the show. We'll have a full dinner and music program. So we urge everyone to support the cause and show up at the December 1st event.
Lastly, I would like to thank Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh and ITV Gold for their wonderful support for the past many years to our organization, Parikh Worldwide Media, for the continued support for the community services we have been doing. I met with Dr. Parikh yesterday and he was so pleased with our services, and he will be attending our event on December 1st as well. So my message to the community is get the diagnosis earlier, get the disease detected earlier for better outcome. The earlier you detect the cancer, earlier you detect the diabetes, earlier you detect the cardiovascular disease, the sooner or the better is the outcome. So prevention is the best treatment. So I would like to urge all this Indian population in living in New Jersey without insurance or resources to get this type of services so we can diagnose the disease earlier and do the intervention.
You are watching Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community on ITV Gold. Join me in appreciating our sponsors. We will return shortly with more of our program. MUMTAZ HUSSAIN is a versatile artist. He is a poet, author, painter, and filmmaker. ITV Gold will be showcasing the work of this creative artist whose passion for filmmaking has guided him into making short films as well as feature films. Push Button 4 is one of his movies that deals with the issue of perception, which may sometimes be a far cry from reality. Ashok Vyas spoke with him about this film. Here are some excerpts from that conversation.
So let's talk a little bit about why filmmaking, from painting to films. What was it that pulled you towards this?
This is actually my journey from still images to the moving images. So always the film runs in my mind like a projector. Whatever I have a story to write, I have film script to write, or painting to do it. So there is this 36 or 26 frames are running in my mind. It's like on a projector. I freeze the frame and make the painting. And if the film is running, and if I pick up the pen, then I write the story. And if I pick up the camera, then I'll make the film. So this is my journey from still images to the moving images. I studied art formally. I wanted to study film, but when I was growing up in Pakistan, there was no any institution in Pakistan for filmmaking. People go to the studio and they learn from master to the students, but there was no any formal institution where I can learn filmmaking. So the close match was this art institution where I studied art, paintings and sculpture and all those.
This is the prestigious National College of Arts in
National
Lahore.
College of Arts, which is like the brother or the sister institution with the JJ School of Art in Bombay and National College of Arts in Pakistan, because the both institution was done by Rudyard Kipling. And the Rudyard Kipling, I went to JJ School of Art last year and I saw his house in JJ School of Art and I took the pictures. So he started these two institutions at the same time.
Excuse me. Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Absolutely stunning day today, isn't it? Absolutely exquisite. Would you like to see a catalog? Ah, the Phantom, of course. Right this way. The Phantom, as you may know, can be custom built to any and all of your specifications. Suicide doors, our hallmark feature. Sunroof, new in our 2005 model. Push button to start and stop the car for your chauffeur. Hand-stitched leather, heated seats, veneered instrument paneling. The electronic door, another unique feature of the Rolls-Royce. And and umbrella.
Okay, let's talk about Push Button 4.
Yeah.
What is the theme of Push Button 4?
It's very interesting. I mean, though I'm talking to you about how the differences between the writing and convert the writing at seed you're writing into the celluloid. So this is an adaptation of a very famous short story by Ghulam Abbas, and the name of that story is called The Overcoat. And so I adapted this story from a short story which is written by Ghulam Abbas, very famous in Pakistan or in whole South Asia. And so I adapted. Another interesting thing is I gave a couple of talks in New York University, how to convert the book or any novel or any fiction novel to film. So there are two different things, that when you have a fiction novel in front of you and then the film, and the film script and the fiction novel is two different things. The film is the story which is you are narrating through the eye of the camera and through the dialogue. Only two medium you have, you're telling your story. And in the writing form, in the short story form, or in the fiction form, the sky is the limit. You can write anything, but there are limitations when you are doing the film. So when you convert film from writing, then you have your limitation. You have to stay in your limitation, because then you are portraying your vision to the audience.
When you are talking about subtle aspects of life, how was the receptivity of the artists who were working with you?
So it's a vision of a one person, like a writer and director. That's his vision. His vision follow the whole team when you are doing the film. The whole team follow your vision, that you wanted to get it done, the writing in a certain way, and the music in a certain way, and the way you narrate the story, which is the more important. Way you narrate the story. I mean, I'll give you the same example of this Push Button 4. It has nothing to do with the overcoat. And you will ask why I didn't use the name overcoat when I'm adapting the very famous story. If I give the name, the most beautiful thing in this story is its ending. If I reveal the ending, I'll kill my film. So I wanted to give any indication that what's going to happen at the end. That's why I didn't give the name of the overcoat. I gave the push button for in New York. When you cross the street, you see on every street where is a walk sign, there is a button. You push the button, then the walk sign change, and when the guy is walking, then you can cross the road. So this story is narrating by that walk sign, who's like this. He is narrating the story. The people are passing, millions of people pass every day in front of this walk sign. He look at the people, he find someone is a businessman, someone is professional, someone is a lawyer or doctors or anything, or the workers or the poor guy or whatever. The several people passes in front of the different. But whatever you see, not necessarily you perceive that you think he's a businessman, but he's not a businessman. So the actual story behind that quote is something else. So that's why I choose that character who is narrating the story of, there's one gentleman who is behind this coat, who's wearing this coat. The people think he's a millionaire, very rich guy. He walk around, go to the Rolls-Royce office, talk to the Rolls-Royce agent, and he thinks he's a potential buyer, but he has a more knowledge than the salesperson has the knowledge. And then he gives him a ride. Okay, why don't you try the Phantom? This is our new car. Because he was so much impressed by his knowledge, and he thinks he's a potential buyer. So the perception always deceives you. This is the essence of the story. And also in this, if you read The Overcoat by Ghulam Abbas, this is the whole film. The people think different. At the end, when he ran into an accident and they opened their overcoat, he was a homeless guy. He was no any shirt. a very tattered shirt, and I mean, so he was, you see him, he's homeless.
A Hindu-Christian dialogue was organized by the Shanti Fund with the help of the Seminary of Immaculate Conception of Huntington and the Indian Consulate of New York last Tuesday. Reverend Walter F. Kedjierski and Swami Nikhileswaranda addressed the gathering. Both speakers brought out the common features that lead the practitioners to natural space of harmony. In his remarks, Swami Nikhileswaranda recollected how Ramakrishna Paramahans reached the ultimate through various paths. He also practiced Christianity, so Ramakrishna Mission observes Christmas and offers cake as prasad on that day, which is a big draw for children. Consul General Shatrughna Singha also addressed the audience. Ashok Vyas talked to the organization speakers. Here's a report.
This dialogue tonight is another opportunity for all of us to recognize, preserve, and promote something truly good, namely the profound contribution Gandhi's influence has made, both in India and throughout the entire world, toward a peaceful resolution of injustice and intolerance. Gandhi is someone who stands in sharp contrast to a mentality that says brute force, violence, and prejudice are a suitable means to fulfill one's aspirations. One of Gandhi's favorite texts from the Christian scriptures was the Sermon on the Mount found in the Gospel of Matthew. In it we read, "Blessed are they who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the clean of heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are they who are persecuted for the sake of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." Peacemaking is at the heart of the Christian tradition. As Gandhi well knew, and most, if not all of us know, peace is about a lot more than a lack of war.
Christ says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I'll give you rest." And Shri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, "Sarva dharman parityajya, mamekam sharanam vraja, aham tva sarvapapebhyo mokshishyami mashicha." Arjun, come to me, surrender yourself to me. I don't grieve, I will free you from all sins, don't fear. Same words are being used. So, the more we come to know about each other's religion, about each other's faith, this interfaith harmony and we practice interfaith harmony, then only this peace will come and we will have more of peace, and also that will also lead to non-violence. Now it's a very nice, wonderful coincidence that Mahatma Gandhi's 150th birth anniversary. Can you imagine such a huge country getting freedom, political freedom, without waging a war? But that was made possible by Mahatma Gandhi because of that non-cooperation movement. It's a unparalleled. It is not found in the history. It's a historical achievement, and that is why this Einstein also said that afterwards people will refuse to believe that such a man like Gandhi walked on this earth. They will say, "Oh, it is a fairy tale." The children may say, such a great personality who practiced this peace and non-violence in his life, so much so that he just had a paradigm shift in the whole of the political movement in the whole country in India, and had a great effect, a global impact also. Many of the other freedom fighters of South Africa and other countries, they received their inspiration from Mahatma Gandhi, from his inspiration of peace and all that.
We as Indians, we firmly believe in Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the world is one family. The interfaith dialogue is as important as any other thing which will promote this spirit.
I think it'd be fair to say that regardless of our different perspectives, we all can recognize that there's been greater tension than perhaps ever before in our local communities and our national conversation, and yes, even in our international conversation. And so dialogues that we're entering into, like tonight, between different faith traditions, what they really do is they aim to look at what unites us rather than what divides us. And also, too, without losing the integrity of our own faith traditions, being able to see where there are toothing stones, where there are these overlapping points between our traditions and perhaps a different articulation of a similar truth in another tradition. And very simply put, the more we talk together, the less likely we are to fight, the less likely we are to become violent. And the more we come to a deeper understanding of each other's traditions and have a deeper respect and an openness, and yes, even a sense of humor about ourselves and each other, it helps to break down those tensions that can so often divide us.
The kind of exchange of dialogue which we have had today, or the intricacies of different faith, even Hindu faith, you won't find them in school textbooks.
That is the problem. As I told you, if you go to the root of the problem, what is terrorism? Terrorism, nothing but a perverted form of fundamentalism. You know, those people who sat in the airplane and they were colliding with the World Tower. They were sitting with the prayer, and they knew after killing so many people, they will go direct to heaven. This was the brainwashing that was done for those, and they were all intelligent engineers. How could they do it? This brainwashing was possible because in the childhood, we did not do their brainwashing in a positive way, that all religions lead to the same goal, and this fundamentalism should be said goodbye. This will come only if the children are taught about the fundamentals of every religion, that fundamentally all speak of love and faith. Only some people with political interest or some religious preachers with some other different selfish interest, they do give it a perverted meaning. When a devout Muslim, a devout Christian, a devout Hindu will never fight. If they fight, they are not following their own religion.
It's time to wind up today's Vision of Asia. But let me remind you to take the benefit of the freely available friendship of ITV Gold's Facebook page to stay in tune with our latest programs and live shows. Do write to us about events at itvgold.com and subscribe to ITV Gold's YouTube channel for the treasure of our informative and entertaining programs. Vision of Asia with community coverage is shown from Monday to Thursday at 8 p.m. See you next Sunday in this extended edition of Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community. Until then, have a great week ahead. I'm Shankar. Namaste.